Imagine Ronald McDonald, if you will, the McDonald's mascot, the crown prince of grimace. Now imagine Ronald McDonald in a suit, but now he's dancing and carrying a briefcase at Radio City Music Hall in front of a crowd of confused onlookers. The horror, the horror. That was the debut of McDonald's Arch Deluxe, a burger meant to appeal to serious adults. But it didn't quite work out that way. Today on Weird History of Food, we're talking the inglorious saga of McDonald's Arch Deluxe, a burger for adults. But first, do us a favor and hit that like and subscribe to the Weird History of Food channel. And let us know in the comments below what other forgotten fast food menu item you would like to hear about next. Okay, ready to meet the Ronald McDonald variant from the Stephen King universe? McDonald's is the gold-arched standard of fast food. Ray Kroc bought the original McDonald's brothers out of their own franchise in 1961. Today, with over 69 million customers being served per day in over 100 countries, McDonald's is a Goliath. But in the early 90s, Mickey D's was on the ropes for the first time, steadily losing customers to burger rivals Wendy's and Burger King. The clown was dealing with an image problem, one that not even celebrity spokesman Michael Jordan and his short-lived but airily delicious McJordan had failed to fix. People were realizing that there were other options for their quick burger and fry fix, other than the place where their kids went to pee in the ball pit. According to their own market research, over 3/4 of customers felt the chain had the best food for kids, but only 18% felt the food had the best adult fare. Weird how anyone got that impression, what with the McDonald's rogue gallery of lumpy anthropomorphic mascots and their giant clown leader. It was pretty clear what the solution was, though it wouldn't be cheap. And it would require nothing less than a complete overhaul of one of the world's most recognizable brands. Enter the mighty Arch Deluxe. This new burger was born out of McDonald's attempt to mature both its menu offerings and its customer base. It took 2 years of development. Whoa, really? For a burger? And would end up costing a total of $300 million. That is a hefty price tag for one menu item. In the end, it aged less like a fine wine and more like a Big Mac left in a hot car. The Arch Deluxe debuted with the official slogan, "The burger with the grown-up taste." We prefer how the Wall Street Journal put it. The Arch Deluxe sounds like some guy your mother didn't want you to go out with. The adult-themed burger had one of the biggest product launches in the restaurant's history. With it, McDonald's hoped to shed its Happy Meal reputation and supersize itself into adulthood. Instead, things went horribly wrong. Up until the Arch Deluxe, the menu items at McDonald's were mostly made with kids' taste buds in mind. And let's face it, kids have no taste. As the logic went, grown-up palates wanted something more refined, which meant ditching most of the flavors that kids wanted to eat. The Arch Deluxe included a larger beef patty. Good. A large leaf of lettuce. Fine. A whole tomato slice. Not really my thing, but okay. Optional bacon. Now we're talking. And whatever a sweet Spanish onion was with a lone slice of cheese. All these ingredients got packed into a lumpy potato bread bun, topped with sesame seeds. To top it off, a super sweet ketchup, because apparently adults crave sugary ketchup. Diabetic-licious. But the real trick to the burger was in its literal secret sauce, a Dijonnaise, which is just a fancy way of saying mustard and mayonnaise mixed together, with whole crunchy mustard seeds. A crunchy Dijonnaise. McDonald's was going for the stuffy Grey Poupon crowd. But at a restaurant with a built-in play place and a bright, creepy clown, it just feels out of place. All those components Voltron together into the Arch Deluxe, a BLT cheeseburger hybrid with sweet ketchup, sweet onions, and a crunchy mayo mustard sauce. In 1996, the burgers cost a cool $2.59 each. To add their weirdly round piece of bacon on top would cost another 20 cents. Adjusted for inflation, that would be $5.20 just for the burger. The new burger made its auspicious debut at Radio City Music Hall, which, as everyone knows, is #1 on ListAdvisor's top adult places to eat food. With a marketing budget of $200 million, that's million with an M, as in, are you seriously spending $200 million on a burger campaign? The chain went all out. And what better way to introduce the new deluxe menu than by having their children's mascot replaced by something adults could relate to? Something cool and sleek, with a professional adult attitude. For whatever reason, that wound up being the exact same clown mascot, clad in a business suit and briefcase, doing high kicks with the Rockettes. Confused guests were handed Arch Deluxes during the launch. While you might be able to chalk up one bizarre launch to a marketing misstep, McDonald's doubled down on their deluxe blunder with a series of strange commercials. Picture this: two businessmen in a corporate bathroom, doing businessmen things like shining their shoes and speculating about the special guest business speaker. They leave, and the camera pans to a pair of ginormous clown shoes in one of the stalls. Though we never see his face, the implication is clear. Ronald McDonald is speaking at a business conference. The Ronald McDonald? What's next? The burger mascot playing a few rounds at the golf course? Please. Actually, yes. Linking these adult hobbies with the new sandwich was meant to convince grown-ups not to be embarrassed to eat an Arch Deluxe in the boardroom. That $200 million marketing budget bought a lot of commercials, and the McDonald's marketing team apparently decided there were no bad ideas. This led to some confusing messaging. For example, in one commercial, two teenagers enter a McDonald's on a date. Well, that's too bad. The boy orders a hamburger, and the girl orders an Arch Deluxe. As the boy plays with his food, the girl grimaces and primly takes her first bite into adulthood. And the announcer declares, "I guess girls do mature faster than boys." Another ad featured executive chef Andrew Salvaggio in a kitchen rhapsodizing about the savoriness of his Arch Deluxe. Another had Jessica Biel rolling her eyes at her younger sister's attempts to butter up her parents to take her to McD's. But mom and dad's ears perk up when they hear the words Arch Deluxe. The campaign was kind of all over the place, like the last two seasons of Lost. Were the kids supposed to like the Arch Deluxe because it made them like cool adults? Were the adults supposed to like the Arch Deluxe because their kids told them to? And why was Ronald playing golf and billiards? It all made for one confusing onslaught of messaging for a burger that cost too much and had a boatload of calories and didn't taste all that good to begin with. Original projections from McDonald's internal team saw the burger bringing in $1 billion in sales within the first year. That figure turned out to be, let's say, optimistic. And while McDonald's never released the sales numbers for the Arch Deluxe, we can confidently say it didn't meet their $1 billion goal, because the franchise went into a blind panic and began damage control. CEO of U.S. McDonald's operations Edward Renzi issued a defensive staff-wide memo claiming that the Arch Deluxe was never meant to be a silver bullet, even though that was precisely what it was meant to be, a hit menu item to lure in older customers. Renzi also boasted that the sales beat internal projections by 10%, saying only those who expected a miracle were disappointed. So maybe everyone at McDonald's. Miraculous is how you can describe what happened next. The Arch Deluxe managed to gimp along for 4 more paltry years, after the burger was slashed to a quarter of its price as part of McDonald's Campaign 55. Commemorating the 40th anniversary of the franchise's founding in 1955, Campaign 55 offered customers delicious McDonald's burgers for just 55 cents. But the promotion was confusing. Customers had to purchase a drink and fries at full price in order to get the discounted sandwich. Fine print that McDonald's hadn't made clear. So even then, the Arch Deluxe's success as a bargain burger came with a big asterisk. Look, we can sit and point fingers all day long about what went wrong with the Arch Deluxe. McDonald's absolutely did. Renzi actually resigned over the whole debacle, which has gone down as one of the most expensive and worst-received marketing campaigns in history. But the swift fall of the Arch Deluxe did not occur in a vacuum. It turns out the Golden Arches had overlooked a few key details when creating their signature adult burger. For example, designing a new burger and its accompanying ad campaign around the idea that kids think it's gross doesn't exactly make it seem appetizing to adults. Consequently, telling the parents of America, "Don't worry, your kids will hate this," wasn't the game-changing selling point McDonald's thought it to be. The ads also had an unintended side effect. They made kids less excited about going to McDonald's, which is probably the most blasphemous thing we have ever said. Children are highly susceptible to advertising. So when McDonald's ran a campaign saying, "Our food tastes gross to you now," they listened and stopped asking their parents to take them to McDonald's. The sad part is, the Arch Deluxe wasn't even that bad. It was just kind of there, like something you eat at an airport. It was also very bulky, much more than any other McDonald's sandwich, which effectively removes much of the convenience of eating a fast food hamburger. And if you try to eat a McDonald's burger with a knife and fork, well, officials can legally deport you. Furthermore, from 1989 to 1994, reports had noted that adults aged 45 to 55 weren't spending much on takeout to begin with. So McDonald's advertising was attempting to court a demographic they were simply never going to reach. McDonald's couldn't blame Arch Deluxe for all its problems, however. The chain had yet to develop its conveyor belt model of food preparation, but had begun pre-assembling some ingredients. This led to burgers that tasted not so fresh, and people were not McLovin' it. That, Coupled with the crash and burn of the Arch Deluxe that took the company's reputation and president down with it, the brand did an about-face. The Golden Arches refocused on bringing out the kid in all of us, according to a senior vice president of marketing at the time. Basically, this is our mea culpa. While McDonald's put the Arch Deluxe to sleep in 2000, the franchise has tried to revive it a few times, testing it as recently as 2018. In a few locations in Oklahoma and Texas, you know, the places that clamor for Dijon mustard, you can now even try a new and improved Arch Deluxe, now called the Arch Burger. Everyone else will just have to suffer in silence, eating our 2 all-beef patty Big Macs like chumps, and occasionally asking cashiers if they have any crunchy Grey Poupon. So what do you think? Did you ever try the Arch Deluxe? Are you sad it's gone or happy knowing you tried it? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're at it, make sure to check out some of these other weird history food videos.